Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, so today we are going to talk about the problem of the Galaxy Fold, the delay they're having, and 7 ways they can improve it before the relaunch. Now, we do not know when the Galaxy Fold will relaunch again. As of right now, AT&T originally said June. They have now scrapped that and have not have an ETA anymore. So it could be released June, which is what Samsung wants to beat Huawei to the punch for the first foldable phone. However, it could be July, or in my preference, it could be August, alongside the Note, to really improve upon the Fold. And originally, Samsung had only planned on selling 1 million units, 100,000 in the US specifically, and 200,000 in Korea. But let's sell more with these improvements, because the Galaxy Fold did sell out right away when being sold, and with these improvements, it could really sell a lot more. So let's get to the 7 corrections that Samsung could do to improve upon the phone. First off, you want to be able to get edge-to-edge film. So the first 2 are quite obvious. We're just going to go over how to fix the issues that they had. Edge-to-edge film, that film needs to be all the way to the edge. Most likely you can even make the bezels a little bit bigger and make that film go under the bezels. This will be really easy for the notch area, since the notch area has a much bigger portion, but you really want that opening to be closed. No openings on this device. That is what you want, and I think it really will improve, obviously, the issues that we initially saw. 2, you want more ingress protection. Now, the biggest part that we saw for this was through iFixit. The back is basically completely open, and there's no way to really block, once your phone is closed, anything from going inside the spine of the phone into the screen. There is an open path, and if something gets in there, that's it. You get a bump in your screen, and that is it. Your phone is done, and it's obviously what we don't want. So stopping this would be a big improvement. 3, now this one is really important, and something that I came up with that I just came from having plenty of dual screen phones, and something Huawei has an advantage over the Galaxy Fold right now, and that is making your front screen have no need for a camera, because use the rear cameras. Have the Fold opened the other way and use the rear cameras. I don't know why this wasn't thought of to begin with. Quite frankly, this is much better in terms of taking a selfie with the smaller screen. It eliminates the reason for there being a camera on this side anyway. We don't need this camera if we have way better cameras on this same side. So this way, basically, you can take a look at the Fold opened up and actually take a picture of yourself with a selfie. This can also be done through software when you're shooting on the actual tablet side, to have this big screen, and then the person you're taking a photo of can see themselves to better have a great looking photo. This is something dual screen phones have. This is something the Huawei Fold has, and really this is something that should be implemented on Samsung's phone. It's so much of a better way, and they can easily do it just with software, so there's no reason not to do this, and it would be a great benefit to Samsung's overall experience with the Fold. Hiding the notch inside is a big issue, because this was something that Samsung avoided with their smartphones. Unfortunately, Samsung has not figured out how to hide the notch properly, as most smartphone makers haven't. However, a best example of how to hide the notch is Nacho Notch. Now, this is an app you can install on the S10 and other smartphones that have a notch, and really what it does is it makes the black part mirror the notch portion, and you still have everything you need at the top, from the time to your Wi-Fi connection to your signal to your notifications. All that stuff is still there and not wasted, but it hides the notch so much better instead of moving just everything down, which is what most smartphone manufacturers do. This should be a software update, and again, it's something that can just update through the software that would give so much of a better experience for all Galaxy Fold users. One-Handed Plus implementation. Now, this is a tablet, and One-Handed Plus is a software update that happened with the Galaxy Tab S4 that makes the tablet so much better. You can go back home just by holding the sides. You don't need to reach to the bottom of your phone to go home or to go to a specific app. It's all laid out a lot easier, and this can also be added with their multi-screen. It's a much better process, but with the tablet, you have to download Good Lock and then download One-Handed Plus. This should just be a software that's built into the phone and simplified so that any user could figure it out, but it is so much of a better experience this should be built in to give a much better tablet experience, something that Android tablets are always looking for. Additional units. This one really is important to me because I didn't get the Galaxy Fold. Yes, I registered to be available for pre-orders right when the Galaxy Fold was announced. However, never got an email, never received anything. And so I was 7,000th in line because Samsung didn't let me know when it was, and I found out when everyone else did. And by that time, my registration opportunity for the pre-order was way behind. So if Samsung could just add additional units to the US, I don't know why only 100,000 were allocated for the US to begin with. I would think we would get at least as many as Korea, which got 200,000, but they need to have additional units because if those sold out, then there's no reason to believe that if you make these improvements, you can't sell more. Now, this is really something that is just simple, and again, that they should be able to have so that we have a better experience with the Galaxy Fold. The seventh improvement that is the least likely, but would make this phone a lot more appealing, was the biggest issue that every reviewer had with this phone, and that is make the front screen bigger. If you make the front screen bigger, this phone would sell more. Plain and simple. Now, the reason why I say this is the least likely is because it's the most expensive. However, although everything else could be done with software, this could be the only hardware change. This hardware change is a great improvement of the phone and somewhere they could really put their money towards besides improving the protection of the phone. This is the best implementation to spend their money to figure out. It's only one side of the phone. I'm not saying it's not expensive, but it's one side of the phone. Every other parts can stay the same, but improving the screen, getting rid of the camera there because you have other cameras, you do not need the camera there. Make it bigger, at least 5 to 5.5. You have the real estate for it. The bezels are really huge on this phone. If you do that, you will better compete with the Huawei Mate X and all other foldable phones that could be released by the end of the year and next year. This is a really big thing. It's something that should have happened from the beginning, but if this is implemented, I think this would see a huge growth in sales and drive towards those sales because people would want, hey, this just got a lot better. Let's test it out. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy Fold. I honestly think that this could really help it sell better and improve the phone, mostly with software, but if you have that hardware additions to it, you can have a more reliable phone, and I think more people would want to get it this year, and that's what you really want to do. Start off foldables on the right path. You have this extra time to do it, so let's see how far Samsung can come. Do you like any of these features? Do you think one of them would be really good? And would one of them make you get this phone that you weren't thinking about getting beforehand? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.